back to the Spike Podcast, the NFC North Podcast. As always, my name is Imorie Curry, representing the Green Bay Packers. We got Mr. Corey Thompson representing the Detroit Lions, Mr. Lavon Lane representing the Chicago Bears, Axel Roy's representing the New Orleans Saints, and Mr. Always Where Is He, Devontae Crowder representing the Dallas Cowboys. It's been a while. We had a little bit of time to reflect on the offseason. I'm going to start off. We'll go with the Packers highlights and drops, a lot of things I think we got going forward. And then we'll kick it around. It's going to be an interesting show. We're going to be talking about more than just football in this episode. So thank you guys for sticking with us this far. If you guys like the show so far, please don't feel free to drop a like and a comment and subscribe. It would help us out and help us our outreach and everything. And that'd be huge. But moving on. So Green Bay Packers. We dropped Eric Stokes. We dropped Valentine. We dropped Josh Myers. We dropped A.J. Dillon. And we dropped Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson was picked up by the Vikings. I think that he was definitely an underperforming guy on our defense. A.J. Dillon obviously had a short stint as a starting running back of the Green Bay Packers back to an Aaron Jones injury a couple of years ago. He obviously had a huge offseason injury, so he's been going through a lot of things. But a lot of people in the Packers feel like he really didn't perform, so I feel like that's a necessary cut, especially with us having Marshawn Lloyd, with us having the other Wilson back, or other back Wilson, and having of course, Josh Jacobs out there. I think it's going to be a huge thing. So, we're going to have an aggressive run game. Hopefully that we're able to shift our line to, whoever we decide to pick up in the offseason and help out with that facet. But one thing we did do this offseason, because a lot of people are claiming the Packers are not being a very aggressive team this offseason, is we picked up Aaron Banks, who's a guard, and Nate Hobbs, who's a cornerback. So we're hoping that the contract negotiations for my boy Jair Alexander are going to mean that he's going to be, starting for us in the fall. I think that, having him and Hobbs, I think there's a lot of chemistry that can go there. It could potentially, depending on the scheme and, who we play when and what side of the field, could be one of the best secondaries in our division. That's what at least we're hoping for anyway. And I have the utmost confidence in Jeff Hafley as a defensive coordinator to make that happen. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of receivers that were on the board. A lot of people felt like the Green Bay Packers should have went and picked up a veteran receiver. There was DK Metcalf. There was Devontae Adams. There was Cooper Kupp. There's a lot of potential guys there. I think that there was obviously an expectation that we were going to, establish that with the offseason comments from Josh Jacobs regarding, hey, come on, they need a veteran. There was some social media exchanges between him and other receivers, so Tavian Wicks in particular. There's a lot of different things going on there. So overall, the Green Bay Packers are we still don't know what to come. The draft is going to be in Green Bay this year, so we have that to look forward to. But I really want to see Brian Gutekunst, do whatever's best for the team. And we're obviously at a point now where we're coming up on the edge of, the same thing every year, same repetitions. We got to get a ring in Green Bay. And I think it's a huge point for us to make a splash this year, especially in the draft with it being in Green Bay, and especially with it being one of the smallest towns, that has an NFL football team. There's definitely a stigma there to take into consideration as far as how the overall draft performs and everybody's experiences during the draft. But that's enough about the Packers. Mr. Lavon Lane, how do you feel about the Chicago Bears offseason, sir?
Oh, man, it's amazing offseason so far. I appreciate what the front office is doing and really trying to put some investment, first and foremost, in a free agency. But before that, I would like to start off with they really, truly put some investment into their coaching staff and building a good, solid coaching staff, good veteran coaching staff, starting with Ben Johnson, you already know, and he putting his staff together with Dennis Allen and going to all the position coaches. But like I was saying, this coaching staff right here, since they really opened up, if you look at how much these coaches are making, they really are investing in this coaching staff, and it's probably the most investment they put in a coaching staff where we can get good quality coaches, experienced coaches with great wisdom. They probably this probably right now is constructed as the most investment since Mike Dicker era. You talking about the 80s.
Yeah.
So I appreciate them putting the effort to help these players, Caleb, continue to grow with a great coaching staff first and foremost. And one thing I would like to share that we had to understand that the Bears, their offensive line, I want to start with in the trenches. The offensive line was
horrendous.
They was horrendous. However, we didn't put any stock or an investment into them. That's why we was ranked. I think they was last in the whole entire NFL in investment in the offensive line, last in the NFL. So as you can see, that whole entire line revamped, especially with the center guard area revamped, and we got some good Pro Bowlers on the tackle area, which we can still need some depth. But that points to our free agency. Free agency, we got what was his name? Joe Tooney. We got what's his name? Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, all them guys, veteran players in the trenches, and just getting them to jail as they about to go through the draft and then go to OTAs, seeing what the playbook is like for Caleb and seeing how they work and mesh well as a unit. And then that's the offensive line, defensive line. We got Grady Jarrett, from the Falcons. Hey, that man already talking about Jordan Love. He talking about Jordan Love when he was with the Falcons. What do you call him? What do you call him, Emory?
I played the fifth.
Okay, all right. So we got that. Then we got what's his name? Smitty from the Dolphins, the tight end, as a blocking tight end. We ain't looking to get too many catches, but we need another blocking tight end because Ben Johnson finna run this ball. He's stressed running the ball. And then we got Deo from the Colts. He's a nice young player we got. So I'm thankful for this offseason, and we're gonna see how it mesh.
Okay.
As time go forward.
Awesome. Corey, what's up with the Detroit Lions? How are you feeling about your offseason so far?
So far, so good. Like I said, I know we done lost a lot. Like I said, we lost like 7 coaches. Yeah. So, but like I said, one thing I like to hire with we hired in-house with defense coordinator. After losing Glenn, we got Kevin Shepard, that's linebacker coach. And I read one article they were saying that not Ben Johnson, I'm sorry, Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn.
Man can't get him out of his system, can
they've been grooming him for 2 years to be a defensive coordinator. So, like I said, and gave him some responsibilities, like as far as calling plays and stuff, like last season. So, hopefully it will work. You know what I'm saying? As far as the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, we got John Morton. He was on our staff back in 2022. As I think he was like, I want to say senior offensive assistant, something like that. But I think with the hire, I know he said as far as he gonna do what Dan Campbell wants. Like they asked him, will he run trick plays like Ben Johnson? He said that's what Dan Campbell wants. He said Dan want to run the ball, he gonna run the ball. If you want to pass the ball, he gonna pass the ball. If you want to run trick plays, we run trick plays. He said he's just gonna stick to the game plan. So I'm glad we got a coach. Hopefully he stick to his guns.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me as a coach, I would say just do what works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. All right, so Mr. Oxroy, how are you feeling about the New Orleans Saints? Obviously, you guys got Kellen Moore as the head coach. That is official now. We know we alluded to that last season, the season finale of the first season. But what are you thinking about? What do you want to see? What do you think about off-season moves? What do you want? What's going on? What's the sitch, bruh?
First off, God is good. We got out of cap casualty. We had some money to play with. I don't know how we always do it, but we do. So here's to that. We've been making some moves. Biggest one, of course, we brought back Mr. Chase Young, defensive end. We brought back some other people that are like decent. Got Justin Reed from the Chiefs, strong safety. Really good player. Started his career actually with Tyrann Mathieu. So that was gonna have them. They're gonna have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
Bringing to them, being able to coach a bunch of these younger players. I mean, he has a 3-year deal. Yeah, it's gonna go much farther than that. Juwan Johnson, one of our top leading catchers, like reception people last year with yards and everything, a tight end, got him agreed to a 3-year deal, brought some corners in, got a backup center and Mr. Will Flap himself, which is good because we got Eric McCoy as our starting center, but he's had a lot of injury issues as of this past season.
Yeah.
So having to get a little bit of strong players in the background for that is going to be something really important. But besides that, I mean, it's definitely not the way I think most Saints fans were thinking that the offseason was going to go. I think everyone expected us to get rid of Derek Carr, do the full-on rebuild. But it's starting to see now that the Saints have a different opinion. and probably also in a new fiery head coach like Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
He's not worried about trying to rebuild. I mean, rebuild's going to happen, but he's trying to win.
Mm.
So putting money into it now, trying to get that going. There's still some like room in some of the locker room that I would love to get addressed. Hopefully, I'm guessing during the draft that we kind of address some of those issues. One of the things I'm going to say I wish we kind of do is get a nice running back. I honestly don't think Ashton Genty is going to be available by the time it comes to us.
What
honestly, if I had to say 9.
9, okay, 9.
Honestly, if you're going to ask me my opinion, I think Ashton Genty is going to go probably to Chicago. That's where I think he's going to go. Get them a nice, strong, versatile running back, generational player. So that'll be pretty good for them, especially with getting that big old new O-line that they put all that money into.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, like you're saying, he's like, run the ball.
Run the ball.
Big boy football.
Big football. I think that's going to be the mindset of the league moving forward too. Because it definitely seems like a lot of teams are shifting towards more O-line benefits, more run game strategy things. And I think honestly, we saw it last year.
Because
we said
they see how important it is.
No, because they see how bad the Cowboys fucking suck. No, I'm just kidding. No, because
they're paying all that money for defensive ends and everything. So like the defensive ends are going to do all that money. You got to make sure you got someone's star potential that can block those star defensive players. Because
but also there's
nothing is more electric than a big sack.
Yeah,
that can turn momentum.
At the same point in time, though,
the way around.
I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the passing game in this past season, past 24-25 season, was definitely something where a lot of traditional things didn't work. And like actually, you talked about like there's a lot of Saints fans who are under the impression that you guys are going to drop Derek Carr to get you out of cap hell and then rebuild. But I definitely think that there's definitely a silver lining argument to make that maybe Kellen Moore and Derek Carr can get some juice going. Like maybe a lot of these incoming coaches can actually come up with a scheme that works to utilize all these dinosaurs they have on back contracts. But that's just my personal opinion, though. You got anything else you want to say about the Saints, Maxwell?
And nah, I just gonna start off by saying like we're gonna be up top this next season. NFC North is going down.
Just let the record show he just said an NFC South team is about to be better than the NFC North team. Just let this receipts, this offseason receipts. We're starting a new chapter.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to say I see y'all in January, but we'll see.
Mr. Monte Crowder, what's up with the Dallas Cowboys? I know I already started throwing shade, but what the fuck are y'all doing, man? What's going on, bro?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet because we're just, our classic selves. Not really making no moves that's worth talking about. I mean, I've looked over the depth chart to see who done left and went and who's coming and going. Ain't nobody important. We got a couple different running backs that we didn't have last year for where they came from, the Broncos, Panthers, I think. Them niggas are trash. They're not going to do enough for us. I'm tired of having trash running backs.
Facts.
There's so much. Like, we're not really making, like I said, no noteworthy moves to even talk about. But it's just classic Cowboys. They never do. Y'all never hear nothing about Dallas making a huge deal about something in the offseason. It's just never, it's not our thing. I think you said something about your Packers being that way. Y'all just put a lot of y'all focus into who y'all gonna draft, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
And it's like we are Cowboys, man. Like if niggas really wanted to make some moves, we could get niggas to us. Fuck the season we had before.
Absolutely, yeah.
People will want to play for the Cowboys, and they don't ever make no moves. And if I'm a player and niggas ain't really talking to me, I'm going where the money is. So I don't be surprised when all these people go to other teams and come there.
I agree.
And we ain't really got nothing to talk about. I'm just waiting to the draft, see what they do. There's a lot of things we need. And of course, they're not answering none of those questions right now. So
yeah,
it
is what it is.
There's not really a lot going on.
Now my question is
Classic
this,
Cowboy offseason.
Vontae, do you think that Dak's contract is kind of hindering you guys from making a lot of the moves? And also, do you think that with this new head coach, I don't even remember his fucking name, whoever he used to be, the OC or whatever, him in tandem with Eberflus, it's like, do you guys see any good moves coming from your higher-ups?
I'm still mad that Kellen Moore is not my head coach. They should have never let him go. They should have never let him go from calling plays. And as soon as they was gonna get rid of sorry-ass McCarthy, they can just let him cruise right on up in there. That's what should have happened. Still mad about that. So I got a little beef with you, Mr. Axel. But yeah, man. I don't think that could happen. I'm dead.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, y'all seen that too, right? There it goes.
That is a lot of money for somebody who ain't really, regular season is one thing, bro.
Is he going to be ready week 1?
The Cowboys are good in the regular. I think so. Yeah.
He's going to be ready week 1?
Yeah, he should be ready.
Okay.
He probably, he don't need to play no preseason anyway, so he probably won't play till week 1. But yeah, he should be ready. But yeah, I don't think he should have got paid that much, but it is what it is at this point.
Okay.
I doubt he's gonna try to restructure something in the future and let them take a little bit of that away.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he'll be there long enough to even do that.
And honestly, that's the thing, is I feel like Dak's time in Dallas is definitely coming to an end.
I think this year, if we have the same bit of nothing to really impress nobody, they're gonna have to get rid of him. So I think this is his last chance to do something, but with all the pieces we need to address that they're not addressing, it's going to be, as of right now, it looks like it's going to be another racist season. So,
yeah. Well,
still got a long way to go, but
hey, we still got the draft coming up, bro. Y'all still got potential, but Jerry Jones just needs to shut the fuck up. I think that would be the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys right now. Let's be real for him. All right, let's move on to our next topic, guys. So, I previously touched on a little bit when we were talking about the Derek Carr, Kellen Moore chemistry thing. There have been a lot of huge change-ups at quarterback this year. Obviously, there's the stigma of where the fuck Aaron Rodgers is going to end up between arguably the Jets and the Vikings. I think trash can. But I mean, dude, I'm so confused right now because, a lot of Vikings fans I hear are advocating for fucking Aaron Rodgers over J.J. McCarthy. And I'm like, that seems like a detrimental move to me, especially with the amount of money that's going to take. I do think it might be special to see, Justin Jefferson and Aaron Rodgers fucking maybe getting something going. But, I mean, at the same point in time, from Aaron's perspective, I understand because he said that he would like to play for the Vikings. He openly said that a couple days ago. But, at the same time, the New York Giants, he's just going to get slaughtered and hurt again because their O-line is ass, So there's two multitudes of things, and across the league. We got, Sam Darnold becoming starting quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, which is an interesting scenario, especially with a lot of the shifts they got going on, especially with them losing DK Metcalf, so I don't know how that's going to round out, and then we also got Justin Fields going to the New York Jets, which is interesting to me. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very interesting to me because I think that him, and my honestly, all bullshit aside opinion, he should have started over Russell Wilson, I think, this past season. I think that definitely would have given him more growth. There was definitely a lot more room. It would definitely be a lot more mobile. But I mean, at the same point in time, it's double-edged sword because if you're looking at it from the outside perspective, Justin Fields and Aaron Glenn at a team with nothing but something to prove seems dangerous to me. And I think that, with Aaron Glenn being a legacy Jets player, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially being a defensive-minded head coach, coming from a polished machine like the Detroit Lions, there's a lot of room to completely count them out in this upcoming season, especially with their defense being abysmal compared to what they've been in years past. So, I don't know. Anybody want to chime in on these quarterback changes? I think that there's a lot of merit to be said about, where Rodgers ends up, but I think that Justin Fields at the Jets is going to be interesting.
I'm interested to see what Sam Darnold going to do out here in Seattle.
No.
Because he has been real mediocre until the season he had last year. And now he got a decent little contract, nothing too crazy, but more than he's worth, I think. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do. I think Justin Fields going to I don't know what he's going to do with the Jets for real.
Now that's the thing.
He might have a good, because he was
trending upward.
He was trending up.
Yeah,
he was trending up. So, and I like that for him because I like the potential he has. But the Jets don't do nothing but disappoint. And I ain't even a Jets fan, but them niggas don't know how to get over the hump.
they absolutely do.
He gonna have to play like one of the best in the league to make some noise.
Him and their starting, like their wideout one, I think went to
Garrett?
college.
Garrett was
They went to Ohio State
together, so they got chemistry
together.
together. So that could be.
That might do something. Because he definitely
did not fuck with Aaron. I know that for a fact. He hated Aaron. I know that for a fact.
He has the potential to be one of the top receivers in the league, but he ain't had that relationship that he needs yet. So having that old college teammate come back might do something for him. But I mean, that's just two players. The Jets got a lot of questions they need to answer too. So we'll see. Those are the only two quarterbacks I'm interested in seeing. And then obviously my quarterback, see what the fuck he's gonna do this season.
Man, I would hate to have to call Dak Prescott my quarterback. That would piss me off. Every
year is starting to piss me off a little bit more. I was a bigger fan in a few years ago, but every year he disappoints me a little bit more. So we gonna see. I think this is last year. This is the last time I want to see this nigga throw a ball for my team if he don't do shit that's in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. So. Anybody else got any takes by this QBs? What y'all thinking?
Yeah. I was talking to Corey the other day, and I was just thinking of some funny hypotheticals with these quarterback carousel just moving around. I said, what if, Corey? I told Corey, what if, just hypothetically speaking, what if the Super Bowl was the Chicago Bears against the New York Jets?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That would be insane.
That's a hell of a
that would be insane, bro.
Man, you have so many stories. I mean, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Justin Fields used to be the Bears. It's just crazy just going head to head. But I was just thinking of stuff like that, man. Just what if, that was the case? I said, Corey, who would you go for?
I mean, if we're gonna be real about it, dude, if we can do the what if even farther. What if Aaron Rodgers ends up going to the Steelers, or what if the Super Bowl is Green Bay and the Steelers? Think about that shit. Think about that shit. That would be wild as fuck to see too. That would be some crazy shit, bro. What you gotta say, Axel? What you thinking?
Aaron Rodgers thing is really interesting because, I know everyone on here knows that I talk my shit about Aaron Rodgers all the time, especially now because he's not as good as he used to be by a long mile. Yeah. But even at 41? 41, 41, 42?
41.
Out of a lot of the quarterbacks that are still out there in free agency, he's still a top 5.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I would agree.
But I was watching a podcast where they were talking about it, and they brought up a really good point. Of all coaches that had the potential to be able to withstand and kind of, negate all the foolishness of Aaron Rodgers constantly ashwagandha, but whatever the hell drugs he's doing, all these ayahuasca, going on those going on the retreats when you do 3 days without seeing daylight and going on the Pat McAfee show and
every
doing all this
fucking
shit,
Tuesday,
doing that, the most stupid thing in sports history in a long time, in my opinion. Going on live television, doing this whole escapade of who is that in the background, and coming out we here, and then y'all were trash.
The absolute dog shit too, bro. It was not even.
But it makes me wonder. It's I don't think even though the Steelers, I would say, is the best place that A-Rod could go, I don't think he's gonna want to put up with a coach like
Mike Tomlin,
who has a history already with Russell Wilson, because Wilson wasn't as bad. He's not Aaron Rodgers bad, but he had his other stuff in the background with his wife and all his other stuff and his outspokenness about X, Y, and Z. He took that and he was like, "You ain't gonna do this here. I don't care. I'll bench you and start whoever. I'll go find some high schooler and play him instead of you if you want to act like that." Mike Tomlin don't take that. I don't think Rodgers is going to want to deal with someone who actually puts him in his place.
But
I think
there's another argument.
He wants to be that guy.
But there's another argument.
Do what he wants. He wants to not go to OTAs. He's not going to go to this.
Yeah.
He's going to go do his little retreats in Costa Rica and get stung by a poisonous frog so he can see Jesus. He's going to do all this stuff, and he ain't going to want someone to tell him, no, he can't do that.
But see, here's the thing, though. Aaron Rodgers,
I don't think it's going to be that.
He's at the end of his career. Let's be real here. He's got one more year tops. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I think he would listen to Mike Tomlin. I think out of all the head coaches,
listen. Yes.
Yeah, I think Mike Tomlin is the only coach who can tell Aaron Rodgers to shut the fuck up. And he might actually shut the fuck up. Because let's put it in perspective. He's fucking up against Mike Daboll. Oh, he's screwed. Kevin O'Connell is kind of a nice guy, you know? Mike Tomlin is a hard ass. And to be real with you, I think that rift and that tenacity could possibly bring out the best possible football that Aaron could have. Now, with all that being said, the Steelers defense is not shit to be trifled with. Aaron has never really had a team with a stout-ass fucking dominant defense. And they were finally able to get their shit together. And the Steelers are all in. I mean, obviously, who the fuck else are they going to take a quarterback? Are they going to start a rookie? You know, like, I mean, you know, there's so many variables there.
They say he has to get paid a lot of money. Oh, go ahead, Lo.
No, I was just saying, Russell Wilson's still a free agent, Eric.
They have not signed him, no.
Right, he's still out there. So that's not a good position to be in when, you know, we're in the heat of free agency right now, and nobody's looking at him like that. Yeah. And I don't know, teams are trying to get organized, you know, for this draft. And so
there's definitely
I see the Steelers drafting someone because they literally are filling every position around a quarterback, but they just don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, between Pickens and DK Metcalf,
man.
Yeah.
So they were saying that I don't know. I mean, I read earlier this morning because they were saying Aaron Rodgers trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's what it is?
Money.
You think that's what it is?
And
man, he need to take a low veteran contract and go do what the fuck somebody tell him to do.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna force his ass to retire, nigga. None of us gonna want to fucking sign yo.
And I think that's what he said. I think they were saying he was looking for like $100 million.
You said what? You said what'd you say, Corey?
$100 million.
What? $100 million?
$100 million for what?
For Aaron Rodgers? Oh, God, no.
It's not the whole source. Now, like I said, I saw it this morning, so I'm trying to do research on it. But they were saying sources said he was looking to get paid.
If a GM co-signed on that, they need to be fired.
That dude for that much. So that's why I said it had to be a joke to me.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, Devontae, he needs to go to a team. They're gonna tell him what to do, and he need to do what they're gonna do.
And do it. Fall in line and try to win a fucking Super Bowl before your fucking time is up.
Yeah.
All this fucking diva shit, man. Nobody gives a fuck about that no more, man.
Especially when you're coming off.
And the thing, you're not Tom Brady. You don't have 7 fucking rings.
But also, there's a huge fundamental difference, though. Because if you look at what Aaron Rodgers was allowed to do in New York, they gave him every man he asked for. He wanted Lazard, he got him. He wanted Devontae, he got him. He got all these pieces. And put out, and arguably his stats as far as like the ratings of the quarterbacks in the league, not complete ass, but not that great. But overall, his team was one of the worst.
The last third of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Your team is the last third of the
season.
Yeah. And so
the rest of the year, he looked terrible.
Honestly, though, when he made it to the second drive, it was an improvement from him getting injured the previous season. So let's just be real. We didn't have shit to really compare it to, you know? Because, I mean, his last season in Green Bay wasn't that good of a season. We didn't even make the playoffs that year, you know? So it was just, a lot of food out there.
So did.
This motherfucker right here. Anybody else got anything they want to add? I love you too, dude. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about quarterbacks? Any other receiving picks? Anybody else got anything? Well, we're going to shift gears after this.
I'm going to say something with Justin Fields. I really think that with Justin Fields, I really think that's going. I really think that'll work out.
I like that matchup. I think that's a good fit for him.
I think Glenn's potential in him, and he's going to get the necessary coaching to work with him. Because he bad quarterback. I still to this day don't understand why the Bears let him go. But, that's neither here or there. But he got the potential. I think really with the Jets, I think he's going to make that team good. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's really what they were lacking. They got a good team, but, starts with that quarterback. And if you don't have a good quarterback, rest up going to fall downhill.
Exactly.
I really think it's just a field. I'm ready to see how that works.
I think that it could also be really special with a lot of the young players they got on that team, because with Larry Glenn being a legacy Jets player, there's definitely something to be said about uniting your players behind a common goal. And I talked about this previously when I talked about the Lions in the latest season, where everybody would have run through a brick wall for Dan Campbell. I think the New York Jets, like with Robert Saleh, prior to even, the whole Aaron Rodgers saga, he had just gotten into that position. So they've always had a tumultuous cast as far as who's this, who's doing what. Now, if there's anything I'd like to see from Aaron Glenn, I would just love to see him instill a certain sense of consistency in that team. And whether that's what you do on the field, how you approach it, the mindset behind your plays, your willingness to, entertain different, play calls, different reads and shit like that. Right? These kids just need to understand that Glenn's got something that they don't. And they need to willingly open it up and let the motherfuckers coach them. Because a lot of people feel like it's just paying a big receiver to get you guys, a good wideout so you can always throw it. Like, no, dude. Like, you saw what happened to Devontae and Aaron. Like, because really the Jets, when he got all those pieces, should have been lighting people's asses on fire. But they weren't, because there was no consistent coaching. And, there's a lot of things to be said about the draft. And we're in that fortunate point now where we're starting to see whose teams were, who's making moves early, who's biting. Hell, I think the Bears have spent more money than anybody else in the whole offseason so far. And that's a good thing to see. That's a good thing to see. But, also it's really going to come down to, just like they did the previous year, it's going to come down to how well the units work together effectively. But
even we got Detroit. We got Detroit play with St. Brown. So he's like, man, we dropping $40 million per player almost. He was like, you get a bag, you get the bag, you get the bag. And he was frustrated. He was frustrated because he was like, man, what are we really doing? And our rivals across the hood is like, hey, here you go.
Let's go. Come on over.
Yeah. But I was just thinking also, it's kind of, we're in the unknown, though, about these coordinators becoming head coaches. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we just can't say just due to how they did as a coordinator, how will they manage the whole team? Yeah. The three phases of the team. So, with Aaron Glenn, we don't know. Ben Johnson, we don't know. What's Devontae's called Schottenmeyer?
Shit in my face.
Yeah. We don't know. Do we have an idea?
We don't know shit about this nigga. Like,
So, hey, but the crazy thing is, though, we don't know anything about him. He could come in and just actually be like, he could just be like, that's conventional. He's not gonna say like that old bastard in the president office. He ain't gonna tell me what to do. We're gonna do what I want. Like we have no clue.
That's what the best thing. That's what I told about Devontae earlier. Fuck Jerry Jones. He's the reason the Cowboys have been bad for the past 30 years. Like literally, it's him. Like for real. Like
I don't know this nigga. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's my coach now, so I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. I just want to see now.
I can tell you one thing though. I can tell you Dallas got great talent on defense, and even though Eberflus didn't do a good job as a head coach,
it was a pretty good defense. It was good at defense.
We need a couple more pieces, but DeMarcus Lawrence just signed with the fucking Seahawks, so we lost him. But we need more secondary type of pieces on defense, but it's not terrible. It can be improved. They've had better defenses.
Okay. All right, so that's been a good bit of football talk. We're gonna keep it in the sports arena. We're gonna talk about something a little bit different. All right, and this is more about a basketball player because Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert just got divorced. Right? You guys hear about this case? You guys hear about it at all? Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm about to read you guys out what she got in the divorce. Now, mind you, they were together for about 8 or 9 years, and obviously, Shumpert's a basketball player. He hopped around the NBA, several teams. He was on one championship team, so he's reputable, but he hasn't played since 2021. So he's kind of chilling now, doing his background work or whatever. So in this divorce, Teyana Taylor received 4 houses worth over $10 million, a 7-figure payout, all of their luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter van, and a tour bus. And she retains full ownership of all of their companies. And he has to pay $8,000 a month in child support and pay for their kids' tuition, bro.
Hey, I'm getting a spike. I'm getting a spike.
Hey, I got two hairbrush after that.
Hey, we're spiking to that one.
Yeah, I got two things to say to that. First off, that's a dub right there.
Yeah.
You must have fucked up real bad for the court to give you that much. And secondly, I want to know who her lawyer was.
Yes.
I need them on speed dial.
Because the thing is, she's paid too. She might have more money than that nigga.
Oh,
and she still got that type of shit.
Definitely do now.
Yeah.
She still got that type of shit.
It's wild to think about, dude. Like, honestly,
must have done something crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, I tried to look into the actual grounds of divorce. I think they just
respect your woman, man.
Yeah, bro. No, also that's a lesson of it, because if you look at the league, look at the league.
When this podcast take off, and we got other businesses stemming from this business, and niggas is touching paper. Respect your woman, brother.
Yeah, literally, yes.
I will
either don't get a woman or respect your woman. Because
if you were a businessman, you own businesses, and you got a lot of money, you love them, that's the one, all that shit.
I'm gonna put that shit in
Prenup, bro. Because, dude, here's the thing I was talking about. Dude, do you guys remember?
I'm putting all my business in my daddy name.
Yeah, thank you, something or a trust or something.
My daddy just shoot
like that soccer player.
Yeah, but listen,
Tom Brady did that.
Yeah, Tom Brady
did that.
Actually,
he put all of it in his
he did. But also, look, here's my underlying message of why I want to bring it up the story. You guys remember? I don't know if you remember during the season, we were talking about Tyrod's Taylor's divorce with the lady living in his house and like all the shit that goes on there. Mm-hmm. There's a path that's going on with a lot of these young athletes that isn't talked about on sports shows. And it's the women that come along and partner up with them. Because, I mean, there's been so many critical, huge divorces and sex scandals and this or that and the other. You know, Deshaun Watson, Skip Bayless, like all these crazy pivotal stories. But the league doesn't actually want to cover them from like a perspective of like, what does this mean? Because when I'm looking at this divorce between Teyana Taylor and Amon, bro, this is my biggest nightmare. Like, this is literally the worst possible thing that could have happened with all the money that you had from it. Not to mention that, like, he's still active in, like, the court system is definitely not on the man's side, for sure. But, like, Active said, what the fuck did you do? And who the fuck was her lawyer? Because if there's anything, I think these young kids, and this is going to go into our next subject, it's kind of in the same vein. I want to talk about Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about, bro. Like what the fuck?
I'm gonna say, I don't know much about the young lady, but I'm no fool, and I've lived enough, and I've seen and learned of other people's situations enough. That girl do not love that young boy.
No, she doesn't, bro.
Oh my God! I hope that he like somehow figure out how to take them blinders off, because she's not even that fine.
She really isn't, though. Like, and I'm not saying she's not fine, but she's not fuck up your life.
I know there's different levels to this shit, but come on, man. No coochie is that good to make me fuck off my life like that.
For real, bro. Before you even been drafted.
Look, bro, he need to get them blinders off before they call his name and he walk on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga's not. He's like completely blinded to the point to where he gonna fuck around and marry that girl, and she gonna get half of everything. He ain't gonna make her sign shit.
He's done.
He's so in love. I trust this girl. No.
And see, the craziest part is they've been asking him about it. And he's under the impression that
he don't talk about it.
No, but he doesn't talk about it. But he's also under the argument that there might not be a prenup involved in that, because he believes in his girl. And I'm like, dude,
it won't be.
Go ahead. Hold on, Vontae. Let Lavon go. What you gonna say, Lavon?
So, hold on 1 second. All right. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we're good.
One of the reasons, which is smart on her end, give her this, is where they having the marriage at.
Yeah.
Where they getting married at. They getting married in Tennessee. Tennessee don't recognize prenuptials. And that's smart on her end. That's dumb on his end. Now, Shador podcast, legendary. He had Travis on, and he was like, "Man, why you didn't get married at Pop's house? You know, you could have saved a lot more money, and then it's a nice mansion he got. You know, everybody who they can invite, come on out." He was like, "Man, it's already done." What? It's already done. You see what I'm saying? Like, he had no say so in this, and then the worst state for an athlete to get married is Tennessee, where there's no prenuptials.
Yes.
That means she has, and don't let her have 2 or 3 kids.
Oh God, you know it's coming. You know it's coming, bro. Like,
yes,
it's already
yes. I mean, once.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I would say, no. I mean, yeah, a lot of them had them plans. As far as, to me, it's like a game for some women. They try to. It's a business. I put it like that. You know, you see a athlete just said, "Let me get a baby by him, to marry him, do this, that, and the other, then divorce him, take half his stuff." But it's one thing. I'm gonna switch it to basketball. It's one thing with my team, Miami Heat, with Eric Spoelstra. He was married to one of the cheerleaders. Well, I think that's the girl. One of them, anyway. But he ended up signing an extension, but he was going through a divorce.
Oof.
They waited until after he got the divorce to get him his money. That way, she didn't get nothing.
Damn! Damn! That's fucking crazy.
Your job love you when they do that. They know what's going on.
They fucking love you, dude.
Look, we made this salary for you, nigga. Not her.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's all a game, and I hate to say it's so sad the way it is now. And like Vontae said, everything is it's for the women. It's for the women. It's not for the man.
Yeah, it's really not.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel so bad for that young nigga, man. I feel bad for him.
You talking about Travis?
She finna fuck his life up.
And the worst part is, all of America has told him, don't fucking do it. Don't, like, literally every post on Facebook. And then, did you guys see, time out, Sweet the Pot. Did you see the music video she was in for the nigga, the rapper?
Yeah.
Bro. Not to mention, there was rumors.
All the Snapchats.
Yes. Like, what kind of man is? And I'm not throwing shade on anybody who has.
He's a good young man.
Niggas are definitely fucking his girl.
Yeah.
How many niggas is fucking his girl? I don't know, but somebody definitely fucking his girl.
And honestly, the thing is, he's okay with it.
And she finna get access to all his money. I hate to see it happen.
And the worst part is,
Gotcha.
And then I want to hear what you guys think about this. And then we're going to talk about Travis Hunter thing. What do you think the odds he gets picked up by fucking Tennessee in the draft, though?
You'd have to trade down. I don't see them trading down.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could trade down. I don't know. It's really hard to tell because who they got quarterback? Levis? Isn't he? Is he even under contract still?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
He is? Did Tennessee got the first pick?
No. They got first pick?
Yeah. Cleveland got second.
That's right. Cleveland does have second. That's another thing too, because and that's another thing too. Is like, and we're talking about relationships and a lot of these women that come in and like all the intertwines that come with marriages and shit. There's a number one. I think that like the decisions that Travis Hunter is making in this young relationship with this young woman, in retrospect, with him not having signed for a team, the wedding is right before fucking preseason starts, mind you, like a couple of weeks, which is a bad fucking decision. Because now it's your rookie season. You're in a new marriage. You're obviously going to be living in a new city. How the fuck are you going to start off your career right and listen to your coaches while dealing with a nagging, pardon my French, bitch at home who just wants to be seen and wants to feel like you're as important? Because that one instance where he was doing the interviews post-Heisman and we saw her sitting on the couch and she got pissed off because she was just sitting there. I'm sorry. If you're the girlfriend of a Heisman Trophy winner, one of the hottest draft picks that's coming up in the upcoming draft, you shut the fuck up and you sit there. Like, it's a part of being an athlete's like, plus one. Like, it's literally it. Like, if Tom Brady didn't sign autographs and Giselle was benching, he wouldn't have played as good. You know what I mean? We saw what happened during his divorce. Like, obviously, he had a crazy thing. But he was able to go to Tampa Bay and turn that around and get another ring. So, like, there's definitely something to be argued here that a lot of these men have so much money and so much influx of capital and overall they can do whatever the fuck they want, that most of these guys don't know how to deal with it. And and Travis is a huge example because we've already heard what Prime has to say about it, you know? At the Heisman ceremony, he had to tell her to stand up. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? What you guys say, Lavon? Go ahead.
Even like when you was talking about her sitting down on the couch, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, we had a problem with her standing up when he was named Heisman. You know, Coach Prime had to like, hey, get on up. You know, so we having the issue sitting down and standing up.
Yeah.
And so, but my whole point is, if he do get drafted by Tennessee, just think about it. He get drafted by Tennessee. He get married in Tennessee.
He lives in Tennessee.
It's the marriage in Tennessee that's bad, and it don't matter where he get. It don't matter where he get drafted. She gonna make sure that marriage is in Tennessee, no matter what.
And it's fucked up.
Him living in Tennessee. Dude is fucked regardless. Once he marry that girl and live anywhere, but it's the married. It's the married in Tennessee. Getting that on legal documents in Tennessee. That's gonna be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it is.
And it's fucked. No, yeah, go ahead, Corey.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I'm just saying, somebody was telling me that regardless, just say if you do have a prenup, that judge can override that prenup.
If you wilding out,
you know,
if it was infidelity or something.
If you cheating on your wife and doing stuff like that,
that judge can override that prenup. Just say you got everything written down on the prenup saying this gonna happen. That judge can look at that and say, "But no, we can do this." You know, they said.
So it has to be approved depending on where you're going to. Yeah. And honestly, with Tennessee, like without even having the conversation, he's fucked by design. Not to mention,
that's what I'm saying.
And here's another thing, and I'm gonna comment on something. I'm gonna comment on something for the culture, right? This is something I want all my young niggas to understand. If every nigga is telling you to watch your ass, every single one in unison is telling you to watch your ass. You better watch your ass. Because niggas love to disagree.
Yeah.
We love to disagree. We love it.
You want to know the fucked up part about it? I was going to say, man, like, women really do be plotting on these young niggas.
They do, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And I was about to say, like, these young niggas need better people around him.
Yeah.
To help them recognize these mistakes that are being made or going to potentially be made. Yeah. But the fucked up part about it for Travis is he, like fucking Imorie said, the whole world told this nigga,
everybody! Literally, I scrolled through the comments,
including the people that you call family, that you came up with in this football world. They're telling you, and you're, he's consciously making the decision to like let this girl control his life.
Yeah,
and it's sad and unfortunate.
It's sad,
but
bro.
for every other nigga who ends up in a situation like that, if like Imorie said, if everybody's telling you to fucking check this girl,
you better do it.
Open your eyes, man, and start asking questions, brother, and have some fucking respect for yourself.
Thank you. Because that's the thing too. It's
like she gonna fuck shit up for him, his family, people he wanted to take care of, all kind of shit. It's finna get ugly. It's
And honestly, even from a macro perspective, though, look at all the young athletes who are coming up in generations behind him. A lot of people look at Travis Hunter and they see him as an absolute inspiration. Great football player on both sides of the ball, offensive and defensively, respectively. What the last thing I want to see for any young black man is for him to fail. Let's be real here. A lot of niggas are fucking haters, bro. Like, as much as I hate the Chicago Bears, I still wish the best for them dumbass niggas, you know? But, like, it is what it is. You can pick and choose. But, like, man, when it comes to being a leader, bro. But seriously, though.
He gonna throw some strays at me. I'm chilling. I'm over here in the cut. I'm getting shot, getting strays.
But for real, I'm gonna go to you next, Axel. But for real though, I really think that a lot of these young athletes who are being successful, and they're blessed to make it in the league. They're blessed to make this money. They're blessed to have impact on a world where people like them don't really get the time of day. I feel like they take their position and their status in the black community, especially, for granted. Because, I mean, let's face it, dude, athletes and rappers are two of the most respected professions in the black community. And I feel like because of that reason, they should hold themselves to a higher standard. And a lot of them are just going through and getting rich and getting a girl and then just getting fucked over. But like, it didn't used to be like that. Like fucking, Walter Payton, was he like that? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like, if we go back, generations back, there was a certain level of class that came with it. Yeah, like so many fucking players, on both sides, not even just the black community, white people, Asian people, But it's just like, I hate to see that everything is being reduced down to a lot of the societal standards that's in a lot of the pop media music that we're in. Axel, did you want to say something?
And I was just gonna say on the whole situation, like, it's real sad because you see the talent in this young man, right? You see this talent in him. He's a generational prospect. There ain't gonna be a person like him
there's not.
ever in a long time, bro. Probably I'm probably gonna be much older by the time I see someone do the numbers he did.
Yeah.
To go out of high school, go to HBCU, ball out, do big numbers, go to a top 5 conference program, balled out. I mean, he didn't get big champions and stuff, but I mean that ain't on him.
He got the Heisman though.
And then win the Heisman, and you got all this stuff. He's going through all these things. He's got everyone around him. You see all these interviews, and you can tell this is just a well-respected, smart young man that can make a big difference in the world. They ask him in an interview, they're like, when you dream at night, are you catching touchdowns or intercepting quarterbacks? And this man goes, I'm on a boat fishing.
Like, bro,
that's a good country man right there.
Yes,
that man's simple in life.
Absolutely,
and that brings me to my point. I'm gonna say with this, and this goes to everyone. This is like Uncle Axel's kind of like just spiel to every young man, that's out there right now. Every young man that's out there right now. I want you to just take a moment to listen to me. And this ain't me being an older gentleman telling you things and blah blah blah. I ain't trying to preach you. I just want to say, you can have blinders on, but have your blinders on the right thing. Because you go chasing pussy, you're going to lose money. You go chasing money, the pussy's going to chase you. And also, the whole stigma about men not being able to have people that can love and support them, that's bullshit. F that whole stereotype. Let me tell you what right now. You don't need 5 million friends. You need 5 good people who really hold you down, challenge you to be the best person you can be. And when they hold you on some shit, listen to your friends. Because people who are going to challenge you aren't always your haters. They might be the people who truly love you and are looking out for you. And that ego of yours is going to get you killed.
Yes.
So sometimes you got to put your ego aside and listen.
Oh man, I would
get you real hard. And as men in this country, I know everyone's like, it's a man's world, all this stuff. But still, listen. As men in this country, it is so easy to F up and never regain control.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Bro.
And that's my point. Let me ask y'all this. When have y'all ever seen a woman, especially in the NFL, or just say in life in general, when have you seen a woman lead a relationship and it becomes successful?
Honestly, probably Simone Biles. That's the only one. Because he's a fucking airhead. But that's my personal one. Simone Biles. What's your boyfriend? He plays for.
But here's the thing: we really don't know that about Simone Biles because we don't know the deep depths. They don't have a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it's not transparent.
But she's more famous.
Yeah, she's more famous.
He might still be the man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So my thing is, the reason I say that. All this right now in our current times this is where the women becoming more masculine and they are selecting these beta males. And the simple fact that Travis has all these accolades and is going to be a superstar in the NFL, we can take all this back to Adam and Eve. When God told her, I ain't going to get spiritual on this podcast yet, but I'm going to get spiritual right now.
Whatever you want,
the simple fact that when God told Eve, your desires is going to be contrary to your husband, but he shall rule over you. That's the conflict right there. That's what they're going to have, especially when they get married in Tennessee.
Fuck, you're right, dude. Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
It's literally a weaponized method for disaster. The worst part is, as like Axel said, like when you're friends, especially your friends, like me and Axel, dude, we've been friends since what, 6th grade. We've had arguments before, but like it was always out of a place of nigga, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something, you know? Like, and I don't ever say that to him. I don't say that to any of my friends unless I feel like it's warranted. But also, that touches on the exact problem with a lot of these young men, fellas. They don't have good friends. They don't have good friends around them. They don't have them. Like me and Axel, like we've been friends since 6th grade. All of us have been friends for 25 years, from kindergarten through middle school, and we're still friends, best friends to this day. And like that's something that
best believe I'll put my hands on you if you do something.
Hey, fuck you! I'm gonna slap your ass too. All right, like, it goes both ways. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about.
But also, though, that comes with a certain level of respect that a lot of these people don't have. Because, like, sure, all of us as a group, and we're looking at the like where we are as friends, successful wise. Like me and Axel are unmarried, live alone. You know, some of our friends are married, some of our friends are kids, some of our friends own property, some of us do this, like, you know. But also, at the end of the day, we recognize, at least my group of friends, we recognize that the goal is not to be the person with the most shit. The goal is just to be content. That's it.
Be happy.
Whatever that takes. If that means that I want to live alone and play PlayStation and fucking eat 6 burritos a day, then fuck you. I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally it, though. But, like, don't judge me for my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge Corey for being a shitty-ass Lions fan. I don't judge Axel for being a Saints fan. But you know what I do respect?
Hey, don't say nothing about the Bears.
I already got y'all. But one thing I do respect, though, is that you guys are passionate about something. And that's why we can be on this show and talk shit to each other. All right. Oh, man. Mr. Corey. Papa, you shot at me. I had to fire back, Papa. Over there. Yeah, let's make this last words, then we'll wrap it up, though. But what you got to say, Papa?
I got you. I'm just going to piggyback what you said. No, there's nothing wrong with us as men. And one thing I say as men, us as men, there's nothing wrong with telling we love each other. That's something we have to do.
I love my boys. I love all y'all niggas. Like, I don't know anything about that.
That's what we have to do. You know, much just say we love each other and deal. And like what Axel was saying, you know, we have to get this BS out the way. Yeah. Because it's too much of this going on. I ain't going to say what I want to say. I'm just going to chill for right now.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Yeah, eventually you will. But yeah, I mean, it's just so much. I want to say with the social media and stuff, it's really raising young men and stuff like that. You know, like me, you and Lo, you know, we're in our 40s. You know, we're doing our shit. You know what I'm saying? We got shit going on.
Yeah.
But the one thing I can't stand is when a woman try to be like a man. That disturbs everything. You know what I'm saying?
Can't stand
you doing it. Why can't I do it? You can't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not equal. We're not equal.
We're different. We're different, man. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of things. Honestly, I think the women, they're way more intuitive and emotionally
not to say that y'all are lower.
Perfect example.
Not to say that y'all are
the
above,
NBA, the WNBA. They are not the fucking same. Like, I'm sorry.
My brother.
The WNBA hasn't made a profit in fucking years, okay? Angel Reese is still out here asking for more money. The NBA bailed out the WNBA with $40 million last year. This is everybody paid. But we can get into the whole man versus woman thing in another episode, though. We can get into that. Because that's a whole ass thing. Which is cool, though.
We can talk about that.
Yeah. But dude, we're
getting good, though.
Yeah, it was getting good. We're going to get there. We just had to let you guys do. Seriously, though, guys, thank you so much for tuning in the episode. The off-season shows are definitely going to be a little bit more emotional like this. We're going to be talking about a little bit more real stuff to mix in with the football just to keep you guys interested. But again, we're coming up on the hour marker, dude. Thank you guys so much for peeping out the first off-season episode. We'll have episodes coming out at least every other week, but we might do consecutive weeks depending on schedule allotment. I know everybody has a lot of stuff going on. But for real, thank you so much, Mr. Corey Thompson, Mr. Lavon Lane, Mr. Axel Roy, and always, where the fuck is Mr. Devontae Crowder for coming on the show? My name is Imorie Curry.
That need to be a show itself.
Oh, and actually, I got shit in the works. But thank you guys for watching the Spike Podcast. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. We out.